Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. And I'm not on my walk this morning. I actually decided that I wanted to take a moment today, very intentionally, to share about my success and the success of so many of the clients that I have the blessing to walk alongside on this journey. For many of us, the journey to getting healthy starts because we don't feel good in our skin or in our body, don't feel good in our clothing, and a lot of us start this crazy journey in transformation thinking about it as a diet. That was me, that was my expectation when I embarked on this journey back in 2015. And yesterday I had shared that I'm going to just take and celebrate some of the successes that I've had over the last 5.5 years that came about because I made a decision to get healthy beyond the temporary piece of it, of the physical weight coming off. And for me, something that I shared earlier today about a client's success that she shared, Sue, that she was actually able to run alongside her grandson and was loving it. And I was thinking back to when I started my own journey and I started dreaming about what kind of things I would be doing when I reached my healthy goal. What kind of life would I want to create? What would I be doing? And because I really didn't think I was missing out on a lot, it's hard to imagine what things I would be doing differently. And my grandbaby was this big. Bianca was just a little ball of 6.5 pounds. She was so little that I couldn't imagine that I was going to be running alongside her on a bicycle one day. But so my idea of, I just wanted my clothes to fit good and I wanted to feel confident in my body again. And so those were things that happened along the way. But what I discovered on this journey is we start making mental changes in our journey if we want the long-term success. We work on our healthy mind and we work in our life book. And I've been working in my life book, a couple different versions, right? A different version a few years ago when I started, but I've been in this book a number of times, all the way to creating longevity. Like, what does that look like? But I've been working on becoming the dominant force in my life. And I love this quote from Dr. A. When you have internal stability and external equilibrium, each day of your life will become all out magical. You will possess a habit that most have never even thought about. And that's been what I feel has happened to me on this journey, is I started to make small little changes and I started to feel awakened to other things that might be possible for myself. And then as I do that, so yesterday I shared a little bit about, I started walking in March of 2015. I didn't have to walk to lose the weight. But once I lost the weight, I felt really good. And the next step is to add physical movement into our day. And I started walking, and I was going to build up to that 20 minutes a day. And somewhere along the line, it felt really good to walk. And I started walking twice a day. And then I started exploring what would it be if I just ran up this hill. And before I knew it, I was running 5Ks. And anyone who's ever known me from my life in the past, growing up, my lifestyle was Snicker bars, Coke, Doritos, and cigarettes. And I might have been thinner in my youth, but I didn't have any of the healthy habits I needed. And so as I got into some new healthy habits and some mindsets, I knew that if I wanted this to be lasting change, I had to make some new changes. And that's not always easy. After 53 years of doing something one way, it takes a while to shift our mindset to do something another way. So we build those building blocks one step at a time. And we find the success one step at a time. And one success leads to a door opening for another piece of the puzzle, which is what makes this journey for myself and my clients that we serve so valuable. Is we're not trying to make the changes overnight, and we don't have the expectation that just because I did it today that I'll be able to do it every day forever and ever. I have to keep working on it and building, which is why the lifelong piece of this, there's not an end game. That awakening for me was huge. That awakening that there's no life, there's no end game until we're called home. So I got to start picking the pieces, but creating the life we wanted. And that's where I wanted to go today. When we're in balance, when our internal stability and our external equilibrium matches up, that magical place is that we're creating the life that we desire. That grandma that shared today, that I shared in my posts earlier today, that grandma, she shared with me when we started this journey together. That was one of her dreams, to be able to run alongside her grandson. I shared, and I still share, I am looking forward to a day when I'm running with my grandchildren when they're teenagers. And I'm thinking I'll be 60 something in 10 years, 69. Can't imagine yet, but I'm building towards that. Why is this so important? Well, yesterday I saw what it meant to build and build and build. I'm watching my granddaughter learning to ride her bike, and I want to create more memories of us riding bike together. So I had to start in small baby steps. Like last spring and summer, we were learning how to ride a bike, and she fell on the pavement. And it was probably a month before she wanted to get back on the bike because she was afraid. But by the end of summer, the scars had gone away and she'd forgotten. And this summer, we took her for a little bike ride, and we did half of the trail about a month ago. Paved, making it easy, because I want her to find pleasure to do it again. And yesterday, we had this deal, right? We made a deal that we're going to go for a bike ride after church. And she was so excited. And I said, when we're done, we're going to go play in the park, which is what she was looking forward to, probably more than the bike ride. So she did really good on the bike ride, but it was a 2.2 mile bike ride. She's 6. It was probably the longest bike ride she had gone on. She didn't turn around, but she was complaining and whining a little bit in the middle. It got messy in the middle. It got hard in the middle. And she wanted to quit. But there really wasn't anywhere to, if I quit, I'm right here in the middle of wherever I'm at, right? And this lady came along with her puppy. And she said, hey, chase my puppy. And then all of a sudden, Bianca forgot about what she was doing, and she was excited about the puppy. And then we hit a small little incline that felt like a hill for her, I'm sure. It was towards the end of our ride, so she was tired. And her little legs were tired, and I was for sure thinking we were going to lose her here. But again, this woman with her dog caught up, and she grabbed Bianca by the bike, by the handle, and she ran alongside her. And Bianca just pedaled and pedaled and pedaled and pedaled and got to the top. And you know what? She didn't stop. That momentum carried her the rest of the way. Why is that so important? I'm thinking about that on this journey. That's what the value of having a coach comes along. We let the people go their own pace on this journey. It's your journey, it's your pace. But every once in a while, someone just to run alongside you. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And sometimes the hill seems impossible to climb, and we grab alongside. Come on, I'll come along with you. And we hip to hip with our clients right when they need us. And then the momentum carries us. Reaching my healthy weight, getting over that hump, created a whole new momentum of a life I wanted to create. And it made me compelled to want to keep learning more about myself and diving deeper into, I wonder what else I can. And each time we get to a piece of success in our life, it opens us up to having another experience and trying again something new. And with Bianca, that's what we're doing. We're instilling this love of trying something new, getting some success, stretching us outside of our comfort zone a little bit to take the next step in our health. How come I can say 5 years later, the weight that I lost, the physical weight, was small in comparison to the mental weight that I have been able to release. The chains, the freedom, the life that the things I can do today, the things I can do today, because I've been building and building and building, because I just had to start. And I still work alongside my tribe, my community, because they're the people that cause me to want to do better. We see others doing something like riding a bike, and we think, I would like to try that. I'm curious what that would look or feel like. I don't know if I can. And somebody will reach back saying, come with me. And so the support is the other part of this journey that I will tell you has made the difference in the lifelong part of it for me. Getting to a healthy weight is the first step of the journey. And then we move into transition. And then we move into optimization. And then we move into what lifelong adventures might look like. So we're doing these by building block pieces of time. And that's what makes our clients successful. It isn't a magic pill. It isn't a once and done. It's so beyond the temporary into creating lifelong changes. But it's the wins along the way that shift the momentum from a desire that someone else might have for you to a desire you have for yourself. And so our program serves like the training wheels on Bianca's bike, that you're wrapped and surrounded by that community and the support and the tools while you create and get your bearings about what you want. But I love the fact that it is a go at your own pace. You go at your own pace, and you get to create the life you desire. And I stepped into this world thinking I was just going to lose a few pounds and be on my merry way. But instead, I started falling in love with the mission of our company. I fell in love with seeing other people win. I fell in love with pouring into myself the mental stuff so that I can turn around and give it to another. And there comes a place in our journey where we go peak to peak because we've reached that top of the mountain, and now we get to peak to the next mountain. It's kind of crazy fun. I am looking for people who are looking to make changes in their life, whether it's in your physical, in your mental, spiritual, financial. Our congruency is when we are in alignment in all the areas of our life. So if we're out of balance, it's like trying to ride a bike with a flat tire. It's not so fun. What component? The community, having the supported tools of a coach, education, behavior shifts, nutrition. What component do you need to move you forward? What's your next step? And I'm going to keep sharing a little bit of the wins I've had along the way each day through this month of March, as I am coming into the month of March, celebrating my last year in this decade. and I am embracing my health in a whole different level. It's a place of health. And I just want to walk alongside others who are looking to create that for themselves. If that's you, I'd love to have a conversation. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking in.